so.
Yeah! Can you tell us briefly about yourself? When did you start to play the guitar?
I'm 21 years young, and I'm a composer, producer, and a guitar player, also keyboard player. And I started playing guitar 6 years ago when I was 15. Actually, that's when I started taking private lessons with Petar Jelic. But I did learn some chords from my dad years before that, and I have strong musical background with 6 years of classical piano training. And yeah, but I've had guitar lessons with many great guitar players by now, including Bilo, Nenad Ganjic, Petar Jelic, Bata Kostic. And when I went to Berkeley, I did lessons with Joe Masella, Tadeusz Koger, Dave Tuzinski, and so.
Thank you. So we can expect some piano influences in your music?
Yes, for sure.
As far as we know, your musical background is in rock and jazz. And I wanted to know, how did you come into contact with metal and djent in particular?
Yes, I'm a big fan of Joe Zawinul, Greg Howe, Arnold Holtzberg, Pat Metheny, guys like that. But I was also a big fan of Korn, Mudvayne, Linkin Park, POD back in my primary school, and then I started listening to some Dream Theater, Symphonics, and more progressive metalheads. So yeah, I remember a moment I went to Steve Vai's MySpace page, and I found the Devin Townsend's MySpace page in his top friends. And then I started listening to that guy. I was like totally blown away. And then I started listening to some Strapping Young Lad, and then to some Meshuggah and Bulb and Tesseract, and that's how it all started. I was sucked in djent. I think it was early 2009 or something like that.
There is quite a big number of artists releasing music in this scene. What do you think makes you stand out?
I have 2 super sexy female vocalists.
I know David for a very long time. He's my best friend, and working with him is pretty easy, I can say. He's funny, he makes me feel relaxed and comfortable when I sing, and pretty much gets the best of me and most of what I can do.
Working with David is an amazing experience for us. He's a great professional, but I need to say that sometimes he gives us hard melodies to sing, but we together always make it.
We pretty much make it. I like the fact how David likes to mix a lot of different sounds or a lot of different instruments, which make him so interesting and creative and different from the others.
And it's a great thing that he gives us a lot of space to fully express ourselves in the best way.
Tell us something more about the djent scene in Serbia, and do you know any other musicians who play in this field here?
Djent doesn't exist here. I know only Daniel Jovanovic, who did some cool djenty stuff, and he's a good friend of mine. But here, yeah, I think I'm the only person who does it more seriously. And I can proudly say that I'm a first djent person in Serbia, or maybe even in this region. But Yeah, we have some cool bands here, like Magma, like Organized Chaos, Rain Delay, Hetera, and others.
Why did you name your EP Bilo, and what's the significance?
Word Bilo is an old Serbo-Croatian word for pulse, or a heartbeat, and it's pretty cool that not even many Serbs or Croatians know what that word really means. And it's like a oxymoron for all the easy polyrhythmic stuff that will happen on this EP. And also we have narrators, Vladimir Lalic and Aleksandar Radosavljevic, in each song that leads you through some deep, meaningful thoughts about life, which makes it pretty cool.
And is there some underlying concept under the...
No, nothing special. Just some, as I said, some deep, meaningful thoughts. Nothing, not like a leading story. But yeah, I think it's gonna be great.
What are your expectations with this EP?
With the songs and the cover I'm gonna put in the package, you can make your own hard copy, but I also put a letter that spreads the message on something like I put like hours and days, weeks writing and recording this EP, so I hope you can take a few minutes to spread the word, burn some CDs, share MP3s to your friends and family, and that I will be really thankful for that. Or something like that, I don't know. So expect from people to tell each other about the EP. And
does that mean that the EP won't be released physically?
no, it won't be released physically, but I can say right now I'm in the process of making some guitar picks for the Bilo EP, and there'll be some hard copies that few listeners or fans, if I can call them like that will have a chance to have this hard copy. Okay, ladies and gents, this is my studio. This is my new recording rig, guitars. I have this Ibanez S series. It's a custom-made guitar. It's a bit different tuning. A flat, E flat, A flat, E flat, A flat, and B flat. It's great for creating some crazy tapping licks and some cool jumps, especially heavy riffs. John Petrucci's signature model Music Man. I use it for soloing and stuff like that. I'm planning on making a two-neck guitar, signature guitar, that will have both of these tunings, but this tuning will have the 7th string, which is like more Meshuggah-ish stuff. Boss GT8, MXR EQ, Marshall MG50 DFX. It's my first amp, Korg, great compressor and useful tool in the studio. Pentium 4, 1 GB RAM memory, that's the rig where I recorded my Bilo EP. And there is a lot of history in this computer, more than 8 hours of music I recorded in this computer. So it's a great story behind this machine. Yeah, that's about it. Yes, Jakub, he's amazing, such a young talent. He sent me a pre-production track of his band Disperse a few days ago with his lead vocals on it, and I gotta say that guy has an incredible voice. So yeah, I have to announce that I'm going to Poland this summer to meet Jakub and other band members. So I think you can expect some more stuff by Jakub and me, some collaboration stuff in near future. And yeah, back on the track I also have Vasil Hadžimanov, an amazing keyboard player and composer. I started listening to his music when I was like 12 or 13 years old, and still love his releases and still trying to catch up with his live shows. Also I have Sasha Lochner, also amazing keyboardist and composer. I started listening to his records when I was really young. I was maybe baby. So yeah, both of them are really good people. And yes, a few more guests, and you'll hear about them when EP is out. I will play solo on his new releases, but I think we'll try to do some collaboration song or maybe a few songs together when I go to Poland or something like that. We'll see. I'll have to talk with him. Yeah, I have over 8 hours of recorded music, so I'm nothing official yet. So it was about time for some of my music to become official. And it began as a 3-guitarist project. And some things just didn't work out, so I decided to make my own record. And that's how the Bilo story happened. With those random ideas I have even more, but 8 hours are like, I don't know, those were... Nothing is that djenty as first place. It's more prog rock or prog metal and stuff like that. There is even a lot of fusion and some ambient stuff, and a lot of film scoring, also some music for commercials and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm thinking of putting those songs up on my SoundCloud page or somewhere else. No, not yet. And it's still pretty early to receive any label proposition, since you can't hear much about me. Just a couple of songs and a bunch of YouTube videos, solo stuff on YouTube. But this year I'm starting seriously with putting more stuff out on the internet and doing various projects, including Destiny Potato, on which I have huge expectations. And there will also be some creation with some electronic stuff and a big one with the choir and orchestra, but more about that in the next interview. No, it's a strange thing. Lost Dream is a part of Destiny Potato project, and the Wheel is the part of Sun Creation project. But everything is out. Everything I put out is labeled as David Maxim Micic. It's a marketing thing. It's, if people look for some of those songs, they just look for my name and they will find them. So the answer is no. Bilo is my solo project. As you can see from the previous questions of the interview, I'm doing lots of different styles of music, so I'm not having a problem being stuck. Every time I can't write metal, I go for some ambient or electronic or maybe even some popish stuff. So there is no secret. You just have to sit down and work, and it's normal thing that ideas will come out. It depends. It depends if I'm working on some more metal stuff. I usually go listen to Devin Townsend or Suga or Bulb, or maybe some new bands I discover along the way. But if I'm doing more electronic stuff, I'll probably listen to BT or maybe Jean-Michel Jarre or guys like that. I like being a solo musician because I have all the time in the world and I can do whatever I want with my music, not depending on anyone or anything. It gets boring after so many years of doing things on your own, and that's the part I don't like. Another bad thing I don't like is that some people might think that I'm some kind of egomaniac or something like that, and then they start throwing bad words, which didn't happen so far, but I'm expecting first attacks really soon. Yeah, Destiny Potato exists for 3 years now, and so it's not that recent. First song Scream was recorded on summer 2008 with Alexandra Jelmash on vocals, and by now we have around 10 great quality demos recorded. And all of my soloing stuff you can find on YouTube, including Dark Side of You, Lost Dream, The Wheel, Butterfly Place, are from Destiny Potato project. And if you check Alexander the Savage on MySpace, you can find the song Use Your Mind, also from Destiny Potato. By now we have 4 members. We have me on guitar as a composer and a producer. We have Alexandra Jelmash on vocals, Alexander Radosavljevic on vocals, also Milan Jaki on drums, and we'll start looking for other members soon because we are planning to have an EP in a few months, so we can officially start the Destiny Potato as a much more serious project. And music, it's mostly influenced by guys like Devin Townsend, but you can expect a lot of djenty stuff on this one. And name, it's just another thing. I don't really believe in Destiny, and so I like to call it the Potato. So that was a funny name, and it's a good sounding name for a band, I think. And yeah, you can expect some really big stuff from us.
A friend of mine, the bass player from Organized Chaos, he introduced me to David's music by passing me the link from his MySpace page, and I was like, is this for real? And I simply made him have me play drums for him. So it was pretty easy, and it was a lot of communication through internet, Facebook and MySpace and whatnot, but one day we just agreed to record some stuff in the studio, and it was blam! It was fabulous.
I met David in high school. We were in class together, and this whole thing started kind of like 2 of us hanging out at his place and just chilling and playing and singing along. So one day we recorded a song, and it was a lot of different than the sound we have today. It was back in 2008, and from there we continued on making songs. So that's pretty much how it all started.
David first saw me at the Idol competition, and he liked my voice. He even voted for me. And when David and Alexandra decided to go on with the project, David thought that it would be interesting to have another female voice. And then he found me on MySpace, and the rest is history.
As I told, we have Destiny Potatoes EP coming out in a few months, and after that I'll start working on that big project with my band, with orchestra and the choir, and I hope it would be out by the end of 2011 or at the beginning of 2012. And the full release, I don't know, we'll see. If I continue doing some instrumental djents after after this release, after this EP. The full Bilo album is something I'll probably think about. Yes, we had some pretty extreme gigs, like we knew only a few riffs and the rest is just improv.
Made up on the spot.
Yes.
And also, I'm planning on hooking up with Maypac's drums, so I'm expecting a lot of clinics and a lot of different gigs, so we'll be teaching young kids how to properly djent.
Music is everything. It's not even a hobby or a profession. It's absolutely every single thing in our lives. So yeah, we'll continue with the hard work, even harder than before, so we can share our music and our lives with you guys in the future. I just want to say big thanks to all of staff members from got-djent.com and the Gentleman Club for everything you're doing, not just for me, but for our young prospective musicians out there. So keep up the good work. Ciao.